Macmillan Audio presents The Christmas Light by Donna VanLiere. Read for you by the author.
In order for the light to shine so brightly, the darkness must be present. Francis Bacon. Chapter 1. Maybe you have to know darkness before you can appreciate the light. Madeleine L'Engle. Jennifer DeLuca sits at the kitchen table and reaches for the phone, dialing the number in front of her. Although 6-year-old Avery is playing in her room, the house is quiet. It is always still, but sometimes, thankfully, the silence is louder than the noise in Jen's head. She listens to the phone ring in her ear. Over 3.5 years later, and she still has more questions than answers. But Dr. Beck says that all profound answers start with deep questions. So much of life is made up of questions that we think matter a great deal today, but are forgotten tomorrow, Dr. Beck said a few weeks ago. But it's the life and death questions, the meaning, purpose, and value questions that matter. She looked at Jen in her office that day and smiled in a sad way that told Jen that some questions might never be answered. The phone clicks on the other end and Jennifer follows the prompts for the main receptionist. Dr. Schwartz's office, please? She is transferred and is greeted by a recorded message. She'll have to leave a voicemail. Hi, this is Jennifer DeLuca calling about my husband Michael. When she hears Avery padding down the hall toward the kitchen, she cuts the message short. Avery stands in the kitchen doorway and pushes a mass of curls out of her face. Jennifer smiles, thinking how she and Michael laughed on seeing Avery's red curly hair the day she was born. Where did that come from? Michael asked, laughing. They reasoned it had to be one of their great-grandparents whom neither had met. You don't see many redheads, he said, reaching for his newborn. She's a standout already. Who are you talking to? Avery asks. No one. I was leaving a message for a woman. Avery narrows her eyes and comes closer to her mom. What woman? Jen sighs. At the hospital. About Dad? Yes. She gets up and opens a cupboard, changing the subject. Would you like a snack before we leave? Avery shakes her head. I'm not hungry. She's holding the angel doll she received from a stranger 3.5 years ago. It's dressed in a shimmering pink dress with iridescent wings and long, flowing brown hair. Avery saw glimpses of the stranger but can't remember his face. She holds the doll tighter to her chest. She's been holding tightly to it since the stranger gave it to her, sleeping with it and bringing it in the car for the ride to and from school. She walks to her mom and holds out her hand, opening it. Inside is Jennifer's wedding ring. You forgot to put this on. Jen's gray-blue eyes are rimmed in sadness. I didn't forget, babe. The small hand is held open in front of Jennifer. Yes, you did. You forgot it in your jewelry box. Her eyes are a mixture of confusion and pain, and Jennifer feels her heart slip a little. She reaches for the ring and puts it on. If you keep it on, you won't forget it. Jen nods and kisses her daughter's forehead. All right, let's go. Avery reaches for her coat and her rainbow-colored scarf before getting into the car. The sky is gray and the tree branches reach into the sky like stripped nerves. A hunger for color seizes Jen. In her opinion, winter hung on too long, often growing tiresome and sullen with its chilling winds and early nights. She looks in the rearview mirror and watches Avery. She's looking at the Christmas decorations lining the street and in the storefront windows, but isn't seeing them. It's as if I'm driving down a dark road, Jennifer thinks. She remembers that as a child, this time between the holidays was a sweet and anticipated gift, where time almost seems suspended, sparkling and magical. She wonders what Avery will remember. Avery,
Sample complete. Ready to continue?